The Charlotte Hornets could be a sneaky playoff team this season. Their young core is very exciting. Brandon Miller looked phenomenal last year as a rookie. If LaMelo Ball could stay healthy, he could be on an All-NBA team. You got rookies like T.J. Salon and KJ Simpson that could make an impact, and other young players like Mark Williams, Nick Smith Jr., and Trey Mann that could also be impact players as well. So what is going on, everybody? How is everybody doing today? I am excited for this Hornets rebuild because I see them do so well in the simulation. I want to see if I can bring multiple championships to the state of North Carolina, something that's never happened in this franchise's history. Now, I mentioned all those players in the intro right there. Nick Richards is also a center I love. He's honestly one of the better backup centers in the league on a nice contract going forward. They did bring back Miles Bridges this offseason. Obviously, I wouldn't have done that, but he's still a good player looking at him objectively. They basically got Josh Green for free this offseason to help orchestrate the Klay Thompson to Dallas move. You have Cody Martin, you have Micic that are solid veterans, Seth Curry as well. And our pick this year is lottery protected to San Antonio. I think we're going to be fine with that pick going forward. I'm also going to put injuries on for this just because I see the Hornets do very well in the simulation. So I want to provide a little bit of a challenge for me today. And it's nice too with injuries because you could actually see 10, 11, 12, maybe even 13 guys playing your rotation every year, and depth matters. They even have Grant Williams, who's, you know what, played in the NBA Finals before. So I think to start off the season, like, I want T.J. Salon in the rotation, and Trey Mann, man, he's looking like Allen Iverson out there with the baggy shorts, the headband, and I think he could be a sneaky 6 man of the year guy this year. So I'm going to go probably like 20 minutes to Nick Richards as the 7th man. We're going to have Trey Mann there as the 6th man. Mark Williams needs to stay healthy as well. He's struggled to stay healthy at this point of his career, just 2 years in. This is a big year for Brandon Miller. He's going to get 35 minutes tonight. I think I'm going to go about 36 to LaMelo. Let's go 25 to Josh Green. Let's go about 12 to T.J. Salon. And honestly, like, it would be nice seeing some of these veterans like Cody Martin, but I want to see what Nick Smith can do. I was very high on him coming out of Arkansas. We're looking at a 3-star balanced team that has a new front office, new ownership, and a new head coach in Charles Lee. Everybody's raving about him from his time in Boston. So I'm very excited to see him with the Hornets this year and going forward. We get blown out on opening night, and I just want to be a fringe playing tournament. I want to be within 5 games out of the 10th seed this year and show that we could stay competitive at the bottom of the East. But hopefully we could just see everybody stay healthy, because it would be unfortunate if there's another LaMelo injury or another Mark Williams injury. So unfortunately, we are not very good. We are 17-33 at the deadline. We haven't really had any injuries this year either. So we're only 6 games out of the 10th seed. So it's definitely possible we can make a run in the second half of the season. We are technically the worst team in the Eastern Conference, which is kind of crazy. I feel like we're better than Brooklyn. We're better than Detroit. I can't believe Philly is this bad. And LaMelo Ball is averaging 25 points, 5 rebounds, and 8 assists a night, shooting 39% from 3. Brandon Miller, 19 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists. He's been great in year number 2. Miles Bridges, I need him to play well enough so I can potentially move him in the offseason. Trey Mann has been a great 6th man for us. I'm definitely going to extend him at the end of the year. Mark Williams has stayed healthy, which is nice. And I feel like there's a lot of teams out there, maybe like the Knicks, the Pelicans, the Lakers, that would give me multiple first-round picks for Nick Richards. So I wonder if it's possible that I can get a first-round pick down the line from the Lakers in exchange for Nick Richards. I'd have to take on one of their bad contracts because I don't think Hood-Schifino would work out, unfortunately. I mean, I could take D'Lo back. It looks like Gabe Vincent. Where is Gabe Vincent at? Did they trade him? I guess they did for Terrence Mann, which doesn't help me out. I would have taken on that contract. So say we did Nick Richards, Seth Curry for a 2029 first, Jalen Hood-Schifino, and Christian Wood. I don't think they're going to say yes to that, unfortunately. So the Sacramento Kings are interested in giving me a first-round pick for Nick Richards, and they could be a team as well because Domantas Sabonis is a nice starting center, but they don't really have a good backup center like Cody Zeller, Alex Len. It'd be a massive upgrade, and they get him under control for next year as well. Now, I don't want to give up a second rounder this year. That could have some value to it. I'll give up maybe this Philly second rounder, and then I will give up, let's see, maybe this, Trailblazer second rounder. So let's see if they'll do that, and they do. So yeah, it sucks seeing Nick Richards go. He's a good backup center, but we're all in on Mark Williams. We're probably not going to get better value for him at any point. And this upcoming draft class, which I could show you guys, is auto-generated. Chucky Miller looks like the top guy. I mean, that would be a 6 center to get. He looks very good out of Creighton, 18 years old. We'll see more about the draft once we figure out where we are in the lottery. So that means we have probably like 20 more minutes filled up. I mean, I don't really care for the backup center at this point. I mean, we'll probably get up to play Taj Gibson a little bit, and then I'll give the rest of the minutes to Cody Martin. It is kind of a shame, though, that we aren't going to be competing for a playing tournament spot. I mean, we've been very healthy this year. We have no injuries, but unfortunately, we're 18 games under 500. I feel like Luka Doncic wins MVP every single year. Reece Shea takes home Rookie of the Year. He shot 39% from the field and 29% from 3, which is pretty brutal. Amen Thompson is your 6th man of the year. Wemby, Depoy, Amen Most Improved. And the Mavericks went 67-15 with former Hornet PJ Washington, as Wemby was on All-NBA first team. We did get LaMelo Ball on All-NBA third team. He stayed healthy, and he was a top 15 player in the league. It is unfortunate it didn't translate to too many wins this season. So Tijan Salon was on All-Rookie first team. I don't know if he's going to be a starter next year. I think it really depends if we're able to move Miles Bridges in the offseason. I think it's a big disappointment with a healthy team this year, us not making the play-in tournament and somehow being the worst team in the NBA. Wow. Or in the Eastern Conference, I should say. The Jazz were somehow worse than us. Oh, man, that is very disappointing. I am very disappointed with this team that I see do kind of well in year number one. I mean, I'm going to expect more out of Miller and LaMelo keep going forward. I think I'll be able to move Miles Bridges in the offseason. Trey Mann was great. He's going to be doing a new extension. I don't know if he's going to start at the shooting guard spot. I think Josh Green was kind of disappointing. Nick Smith Jr., we'll see if he's going to become an efficient three-point shooter for us. But yeah, we're going to definitely see some notable changes this offseason. Anthony Edwards, Conference Finals MVP with Tyrese Halliburton, two guys from the 2020 draft class, as Anthony Edwards, the number one pick from that draft, Finals MVP. Yeah, that is an insane season for the Timberwolves. There goes LeBron. He ends up retiring. Loaded Hall of Fame class with Chris Paul, LeBron, and Russell Westbrook. It would be cool if 2K ever implemented where you make it to the Hall of Fame 5 years after you retire. But I don't know. They decided to do it immediately. I guess it's not that deep, so why am I complaining? So our pick is projected at number 2. It's water protected. It's pretty protected going forward. So even if we don't make the playoffs next year, we should be able to get it. Let's see if we can get lucky and get what could be a generation, I don't know about generational center because that's Wemby, but a very high tier prospect there with the number 1 pick, but we got to get lucky first. All right, so the Jazz are picking at number 5. We are still alive to get a top 3 pick, and that is still going to be true after we see the Nuggets. Wow, terrible season from them, getting the 4th overall pick. We are going to stay in the top 2. All right, come on, give me some luck. Don't make me pick number 2. And we are picking number 2. Okay, so the number 1 pick is going to go to the New Orleans Pelicans, which could be perfect from them because they need a center, and they're going to get the number 1 overall pick. Yeah, it's pretty unfortunate that we missed that on the Chucky Miller sweepstakes. Oh my God, he's going to be so good, man. So good. So I assume the Pelicans are going to be taking him number 1 overall. Yeah, this center out of Creighton. Oh my God, man, he looks so good. Oh, that hurts. It's like Anthony Davis to Michael Kidd-Gilchrist all over again. So the other player I was looking at is Homer Harper here, who is 78 overall. He is 6'6". Now, if he could be a good shooter, which he did shoot 40% from 3 last year, he could definitely be a shooting guard next to LaMelo Ball. And I think that's who we're going to take here with the number 2 overall pick, which now means we kind of have a decent amount of guards because we still have Nick Smith Jr., Trey Mann that are getting minutes. So I think this definitely makes Josh Green expendable as well. So I want to see if I can get a future first-round pick and Derrick Jones Jr. for Miles Bridges. I feel like the Clippers could be a desperate team at this point. They have a window of cap space because James Harden is a free agent. Would they do this trade? They counter offer it. I have to give them a Dallas swap. Chris Dunn's in there. Yeah, I'm not really interested in adding Chris Dunn to this team right now. So let's see. Is there any other player that I could just swing the pot in a little bit? Like Cody Martin, I'll give you as well. In a second, they agree to that. So Miles Bridges is now an LA Clipper. So the Thunder had picked 3, Nuggets had picked 4. So they're going to be reloading for next year's season. We did draft this big man out of Nigeria here with the 33rd pick in this draft. He's going to get a full contract from us, not a 2-way. Brandon Miller's coming back. Williams is coming back. Micic is gone. Nick Smith Jr. is coming back. Qualifying offers, yeah, Trey Mann's going to get it. KJ Simpson can get it as well. So looking at our rotation before next year's season starts, I would like to add an upgrade as the backup center over this rookie that we have. Now us trading Miles Bridges means we're going to start Tijan Salon at the power forward spot, which I'm excited for. I don't mind making Brandon Miller a starting shooting guard at one point. I think that could be really interesting. But for now, he's going to start at the 3, and then starting at the 2 is probably going to be Trey Mann. Oh, man, I would love Naz Reid in free agency as a backup center, but I feel like that might not be worth it. And I don't think at the end of the day we'll be able to afford him because we do have to bring back Trey Mann. So I'm going to see if I can get Mo Wagner here on a 2-year deal, maybe a team option, so I'll throw him a little bit more money. See if he'll leave the Magic for, I guess, a division, not really a rival, but we do get Mo Wagner. There we go. And we're going to sign Trey Mann to a 4-year extension worth $44 million. And we should have a little bit of money to play with next year as well because Brandon Miller is still going to be under his rookie contract. Mark Williams would be due an extension. We'll see how much he's going to be asking for as KJ Simpson comes back on the qualifying offer, but I don't think he's going to crack the rotation since we did just draft Homer Harper there. So LaMelo's an 89 overall, Brandon Miller's an 86. We'll see if they can carry this team to a play-in tournament appearance. So we are going to be rocking a 12-man rotation this year. Yeah, pretty deep. So we got LaMelo and Trey Mann in the backcourt. We have Brandon Miller, T.Jon Salon, and Mark Williams. They're wrapping out the starting five. I forgot they had the Feastables sponsorship on their jersey. Oh, man, it's so cringe. So they got Nick Smith Jr., Homer Harper, Josh Green, Derrick Jones Jr., Mo Wagner, KJ Simpson, and Grant Williams all coming off the bench. After kind of the midway point, though, that is definitely going to be trimmed down. We started off the season at home against the New York Knicks, and we ended up losing by 14 points. Definitely disappointing to lose opening night, especially at home. But we do beat the Heat in Game 2 of the year. LaMelo Ball dropped 36 points. Brandon Miller had 17. Nick Smith Jr., 17 points off the bench. And we ended up losing by 18 to the Denver Nuggets. So, like, just kind of like an overview here, like, who I could expect to maybe not be in this rotation, I guess, sooner than later. Maybe KJ Simpson if, like, Homer Harper is so much better than him. No point in playing 3 point guards. Grant Williams is an easy guy that could be cut from this rotation. I mean, at one point, we could look to move Derrick Jones Jr. and or Josh Green. But we do pick up 3 straight wins. We blow out the LA Lakers. There's Jalen Hood-Schifino. Have said his name a bunch of times so far in this video. Then we beat the Warriors by 3. T.Jon Salon's actually been really solid to start off the year. And then we beat the Jazz by 8. Brandon Miller had 23. LaMelo had 22. Mark Williams had 18 and 11. He's off to a good start as well. And we're seeing the internal improvement this year. We're 30 and 20, which is like I mean, that's a very great, like, that's a great record, yes, for the Hornets. But overall, I mean, for the 2 seed, I don't think that's that good. Because you can actually see here, like, the Pacers are so much better than everybody else. Like, we have a 2.1 point differential. Only 5 teams have a positive 1 in the East. The Pacers are just somehow the best team in the league right now. I mean, they were in the NBA Finals last year, so it makes sense. So, Brandon Miller, I'd like for him to hit another gear. Like, he's super efficient, but 18 points is nice. I would like to see him average maybe 25 like LaMelo is doing. LaMelo's shooting 43% from 3 and 52% from the field. He's been phenomenal. Trey Mann, 12 points per game. Of course, he gets paid and his shooting goes down, but I still think he's been solid for us. Nick Smith Jr., though, has been very good. He's going to replace Trey Mann nicely as the 6th man, I think, going forward. Salon's been fine. I mean, he's still just 20 years old. Homer Harper is good as a rookie. I think he's going to continue to progress. And I think we're going to be somewhat active at the deadline. Now, we barely have had any injuries so far, so I had the frequency on 30. I think that might be too low. I'm just going to up it to 40. Because if we look around the league, I think there are notable injuries. Yeah, like, nobody on our team is hurt. But around the league, there are still notable injuries. Oh, come on. You got to be kidding me. LaMelo gets hurt again. That's unfortunate. Anthony Edwards has a major injury. Same with Jalen Suggs, Bradley Beal, and Scoot Henderson. And the Cavs are trying to contend, so they're going to be giving us a 2030 first-round pick and George Niang for Derrick Jones Jr. and a future second. Obviously, I'd like to keep Derrick Jones Jr. and move on from Grant Williams, but nobody wants Grant Williams at this point. It's turning into a bad contract, so we're going to do that trade with Cleveland. And we are going to be moving Josh Green and former Miami Heat Alec Burks, who's filling up a minimum spot on our team, for Harrison Barnes and a future first-round pick. Miami offered me this, so this is going to be a very enticing trade for us. We're going to get at the deadline. They're getting Josh Green that has some good value. The Heat are kind of getting desperate. That's an in-division trade. So yeah, you could say, like, Matt, you're 30 and 20. Why are you selling? You know what? I still think we can make the playoffs with the roster we have right now. Now, if some injuries happen, I will be a little bit upset, but I think this 9-man rotation, as long as there's no major injuries, can get us into the playoffs. We're going to play a ton more to T.Jon Salon, Mark Williams as well. Trey Mann's going to get a solid amount of minutes, and I think Nick Smith Jr. can get, like, let's say 26 a night. Let's go 21 to Homer Harper. And we'll see how this team performs in the second half of the season. I still think we could be a top 6 spot. Can't really get any extensions done right now. Nick Smith wants that much money. Whoa. All right. Well, that means we may have some issues going forward, as we just beat the Pistons by 1 after the deadline. I think Homer Harper could eventually be him. And Luka just wins another MVP as expected. There's Chucky Miller, Rookie of the Year. Oh my God, he's an 85 already. He's 19 years old. He's going to be so good in this league. Anthony Simons is your 6th man of the year in Portland. Wemby's your depoy. Most improved goes to Bones Highland in Los Angeles, and Halliburton's your clutch player of the year. Do we get LaMelo on an All-NBA second team? Yes, we do. Welcome to the top 10 players in the league with LaMelo. He had 25, 5, and 7.7 assists. He was phenomenal this year. An absolute elite 3-point shooter. Amen Thompson also made All-NBA third team, which is kind of crazy. I didn't know if we were going to get maybe Brandon Miller on something. That would have been cool. Homer Harper is on all rookie first team. I think next year, I'm going to make him a shooting guard. He could honestly even start for us at the 2, especially like down the line. Like, we may move Trey Mann back to the 6th man. And I don't know if Nick Smith Jr. is going to be on this team going forward, if he's going to want $30 million a year, which we definitely can't afford. So going into the playoffs, the only injuries we had this year, Brandon Miller, who's healthy now, missed 14 games. Mo Wagner broke his right wrist at the end of the season, which is really unfortunate and really bad by me for not capitalizing on like our weak center depth. I had options too, and I didn't do so, and we are kind of without a backup center. So that could be Grant Williams, which I don't think I want to do. I may go to the rookie out of Nigeria here for like 8 minutes a night. So yeah, I don't know if KJ Simpson is going to make this playoff rotation, honestly, just because we have a ton of guards as it is. We had to pick up Sam Morril as well. So we are going to go to the rook. We'll see. The second round pick, he's going to get 10 minutes a night. Yeah. Nick Smith Jr. is the sixth man. Him and Homer Harper could probably each get 25 minutes a night. I do want Tijon Salon in there, but we may call on Grant Williams as well. So these guys are going to get 10 minutes. These guys are going to get 25 minutes. Yeah, we do lack some wings now that I moved Josh Green. And I like Miles Bridges last year and Derek Jones Jr. I treated a lot of our top talent. We're going to go 40 minutes a night to these guys. 33 there, 25 to Salon, 32 to Mark Williams. I'm going to move Nick Smith to, I'll keep him as a point guard for now, but Homer Harper, I'm going to make a shooting guard. So here we go. We're taking on the Brooklyn Nets in round number 1. They have a JD Davison, Jalen Green backcourt. Okay. They got Mitchell Robinson and Zach Collins there now as well. Game 1, both these teams got new head coaches in the 2024 offseason. Goes to Charlotte. 30 points for LaMelo Ball, who was in foul trouble all game. Hopefully he didn't get hurt. Double doubles for Trey Mann and Mark Williams. I hope LaMelo didn't get hurt. Okay, he didn't. We do lose game 2 though. And that's kind of embarrassing. I don't know. I just feel like this Nets team isn't that good, but having Jalen Green as your number 1 has to be a lot of fun. I don't know. In 2K, maybe in real life, I would not love that. As we do win game 3 by 3 points at the Barclays Center, LaMelo outdueled Jalen Green, 2 former top 3 picks. We end up winning game 4 by 6. Cam Thomas just put up 47. Brandon Miller with 31. LaMelo had 5 steals, but we are 1 game away from winning our first playoff series in quite some time. But we do lose game 5. Game 6 is going to go to the Brooklyn Nets. Oh my God. And we're on the verge of blowing a 3-1 lead. Don't do this, please. Oh my God. Really? We ended up losing by 31. Well, I'm glad I didn't even watch that game. That's embarrassing. Nick Smith Jr. Oh my God. You want $30 million a year and you're going 1 for 11 in game 7. Oh, it's so frustrating. LaMelo was 3 of 16 in game 7. I mean, Brandon Miller was great, but he fouled out in 27 minutes. And we just lost to Cam Thomas and Jalen Green. That is not a good Nets team, and we lost in round number 1. And, okay, I say that, and they're in the NBA Finals. They're making me shut up, and they get swept by Dallas. Luka's your Finals MVP. Oh, that is just so embarrassing. All right, what are you going to do? So we are not going to be getting our first-round pick this year. It is going to be going to the San Antonio Spurs at number 21. So it's not the worst pick to lose in the world at all. And I feel like we don't really need to add any rookies immediately. I think I need more grown-ups, more veterans on the roster. I'm also blind and I completely missed. Yeah, we have the 15th overall pick from the Miami Heat that was in the Josh Green trade. Kind of similar to like value of what like the Grizzlies got for DeAnthony Melton, or excuse me, what they gave up. Because the Sixers got Melton. They got like around a pick in the late teens, early 20s. So maybe that's similar to Josh Green. Like I said, we're trying to get some more wings on the team. So I'm going to be moving the 15th overall pick, or excuse me, 16. Or no, wait, now I'm tripping. Was it 15? Yeah, it was 15. And Grant Williams is expiring for Vince Williams from the Memphis Grizzlies. Coming off an okay year, but I think could provide better value than that 15th overall pick. We got to take on John Conchar's money. As the number 1 overall pick went to the LA Lakers, who won the lottery. Felipe Cruz out of Puerto Rico. 82 overall, looks pretty solid. Bradley Cartwright looks good as well. He's from UNC. We took Wally O'Neal here in the second round. I'm going to sign him to a full contract. So team player options. Mo, I'm going to bring back. Salon, I'm going to bring back. Do I want to give the rookie? Man, that's a decent amount of money. $4.4 million. I think I'm going to try to save that right now. We're going to give KJ Simpson and Mark Williams the qualifying offer. We don't really have too much money to use right now. And we're going to be moving John Conchar, who we just got, to the Indiana Pacers. So yeah, I don't think I'm going to be able to afford Nick Smith Jr. We may pay Mark Williams. We're going to have to pay Brandon Miller next year. And I don't think he's worth the money he's asking for. And we have Homer Harper right now. So I'm going to be sending him to Indiana for Obi Toppin. Now he is making $31 million over 2 years, so it is a decent amount, but we kind of need this big man help. He could be a good backup to Tijon Salon, and I'm getting a future first-round pick, which I think makes this a no-brainer. So we're going to do this trade with the Pacers, and we are going to ink Mark Williams on a new extension coming back 4 years, $92 million. I think that's actually pretty fair for both sides, coming off the best year of his career. 2.6 stocks, which is great. Also, coming off a disappointing year, the Pelicans non-tendered Jordan Hawkins, so he's a free agent right now. I want to see if I can maybe snag him on a 2-year deal. I'll actually give him a 3rd year, so he's going to get $16 million guaranteed from us, and then $8 million team option in year 3. I think that could be huge, and he's going to accept that from us. I think that's a great pickup. We could also use a 3rd-string center just in case Mo gets hurt or Mark Williams, so I'm going to give Marvin Bagley decent amount of money over 1 year. AJ Simpson wants $12 million a year. Yeah, he's not coming back. So I'm going to try to sign Ryan Rollins from Toledo to a 1-year deal. on the minimum, and he is probably going to accept it. Nope, he signs with the Pacers. Okay. When do guys like that ever get signed? So we're going to get Dennis Smith Jr. instead. Oh, yeah. Oh, we had KJ Simpson on the qualifying offer. That's perfect. So we get him back. LaMelo's a 92 overall. Brandon Miller's an 87. Homer Harper, he's looking pretty good. There's Mark Williams, Tijan Salon. I think that's going to be the starting five. Homer Harper is going to start at the 2, which means Trey Mann is coming off the bench with Obi, KJ Simpson, Hawkins, Vince Williams, Mo Wagner. I like this team a ton. So this is going to be the starting 5. Ball, Harper, Miller, Salon, and Mark Williams with Trey Mann, Obi Toppin, Hawkins, Vince Williams Jr., and Mo Wagner with KJ Simpson, Bagley, Smith Jr., and Wally O'Neal being the reserve guys. I'm very excited about this team this year. I think we could definitely be a top 2 seed in the Eastern Conference. First game of the season's on the road, and there goes Mark Williams out of the gate. We ended up losing 127-122. LaMelo was great. So was Brandon Miller. Homer Harper was solid in this one, but we do recover and beat the Indiana Pacers. Brandon Miller put up 32 points in game number 2. And then we beat the Thunder by 7. That's arguably the best team in the NBA. And at the deadline, we are 31-21. So we are the 3rd best team in the Eastern Conference, but we definitely have a better point differential than we did last year. We've also had Brandon Miller missed a little bit of time this year. Brandon Miller has played 46 games, so he's missed 6 games so far. He's had a couple minor injuries pop up. He's been great in year 4. He's obviously going to get the rookie max from us. LaMelo Ball is still playing like a top player in the NBA. Trey Mann, I guess it's just better coming off the bench because his numbers look great off the bench. Homer Harper, I think, has been a good number 2. He's shooting 37% from 3. 1.1 steals at 6'6" is a great 3-and-D option for us and is a good complementary piece to Miller and LaMelo. I would like Solana to be a little bit better of a shooter, but, he is trending in the right direction with his development. Jordan Hawkins, yeah, what a pickup for us. He comes to Charlotte and remembers how to play basketball. Vince Williams for the 15th overall pick maybe isn't looking like the greatest move in the world right now. I also didn't know that we were going to be picking up Jordan Hawkins in free agency. I don't think I'm going to make any trades at this year's deadline. And for the first time in a minute, we don't see Luka Doncic win MVP because it's going to go to Victor Wembanyama. Felipe Cruz, the number 1 overall pick, is your rookie of the year. Him versus Chucky Miller long-term is going to be a fun debate. Oh, Luka's on the Clippers now. That is kind of insane. Billy Donovan wins Coach of the Year with the San Antonio Spurs, and we get LaMelo Ball on All-NBA first team. Let's go. Second team is Jokic, Fox, and Dallas replacing Luka, Giannis, Amen Thompson, and Cade Cunningham. Third team, you got Chet, Paulo, Scotty, Halliburton, and Asor Thompson. Okay, Asor. So we ended the season pretty much middle of the pack in the Eastern Conference, playoff standings. We are the 4th seed. We're taking on 5-seeded Cleveland. I definitely think we are able to beat Cleveland, though, even though we are the lower seed. They have that elite, I wouldn't say elite backcourt, but it's really good front court. Evan Mobley's a 90 overall. Their bench is Joey George, who was the 13th overall pick back in 25 by the Spurs. Wow, looks pretty good. Good backup center. They have Jalen Tyson, DeAnthony Melton, Mike Conley still playing, and Max Strus. I'm excited, though. I think we can go on some type of run here in the playoffs as we had over 45 points per game combined between LaMelo Ball and Brandon Miller. Mark Williams, fresh off that contract extension, averages a double-double. Marvin Bagley shined, honestly, in the limited playing time. He appeared in 22 games he started, 27 games overall. He was good for us. And offensively, I may actually go to Marvin Bagley over Mo Wagner, which is kind of crazy to say. Vince Williams, I made some good moves in this video. I'm going to make some bad moves. It's looking like that wasn't a great move by us, honestly. And there is a part of me that's debating starting Obi Toppin over Tijan Salon. I know it sounds kind of crazy, but I'm exploring that idea. And what's going to make that trade look, I think, even worse, I'm not even going to play Vince Williams in the playoffs. We're going to go to Marvin Bagley around 12 minutes a night. Jordan Hawkins was an elite 3-and-D option for us this year. He's going to get 20 minutes. I think I'm going to go... Obi and Salon are both, I think, going to play 24 minutes. And I'm going to start Obi over Salon, which it could be risky. I want to make sure I'm going a decent amount of minutes to Brandon Miller and LaMelo Ball, 37 apiece. So here we go. Game number 1 against Cleveland. We end up winning this game 124-105. Shout out to Tijan Salon, man. Off the bench, showing up, showing me that I should not have moved him there. But if he can perform well off the bench, I'm okay with it. Boom. Game number 2. We win 106-96. Mark Williams at 2 points, but 15 rebounds. LaMelo Ball flirted with the triple-double. Game 3 is going to go to Charlotte, 131-126. Evan Mobley had himself a heck of a game, but Brandon Miller dropping 42 points. Homer Harper's kind of been disappointing so far in the playoffs, something to maybe keep an eye on. Brandon Miller back spasms, maybe from carrying this team, but we sweep him anyway. It does not matter. We end up winning 108-103. Wow, that is a statement series right there. That's giving me a lot of confidence that we could beat Detroit in round number 2. Now, look at these Eastern Conference semifinals. Detroit, Charlotte, and Brooklyn. How the Fallen have mighty, as Detroit has added Conrad Ewing. I wouldn't say he's related to Patrick Ewing for obvious reasons. They have J-Will. I mean, we should feast on that front court. I mean, they have Gobert and Mitrov off the bench. So they have good players there, don't get me wrong. Game 1 goes to Charlotte. Boom. 130, 125. We outscored them by 8 in the fourth quarter. Brandon Miller, maybe him. Game number 2, Brandon Miller's healthy. We are 6-0 in the playoffs. LaMelo drops 39 points in 33 minutes. Not sure why he didn't play more. Homer Harper, 17 and 11. Brandon Miller also flirted with a triple-double. Brandon Miller's going 3 of 14, and we're winning these games. That is a very encouraging sign. Unfortunately, though, we had an abysmal fourth quarter, and we lose game 3. Game number 4 is going to go to the Charlotte Hornets. Oh, my God. Talk about an elite fourth quarter. Brandon Miller drops 54. It's 10 threes. We outscored them 32-16, and we blow them out here in game number 4. Can we win game 5? Oh, my God. LaMelo Ball, right arm hairline fracture. He's out 2 to 4 weeks. You gotta be kidding me. So that immediately means we're going Homer Harper and Trey Mann in the backcourt. I mean, could they carry this team? I don't know if LaMelo's done for the playoffs. Oh, that's brutal. So that means, yeah, like T-John Salon's gonna be the full-on 6th man. I could go to Mo here. I could go to KJ Simpson, which I don't hate. I think we're actually going to split up the 8th. Or we're going to go 10 men. Yeah, I think so. I think Vince is going to get some minutes. I think KJ Simpson is going to get some minutes. And we're going to go a decent amount to Harper and Mann. All right, here we go. Can we win without LaMelo? We lose the first game without him. We get blown out of the building. Okay. Can we steal one game? Game number... Okay, we do. We win game number 6. Let's go. 148-137. Brandon Miller drops 35 points. Damn, Homer Harper. He has a good game here. Hey, Vince Williams... winning us games. That's what I'm talking about. And we're in the conference finals against Indiana, who have Halliburton and Desmond Bane. Shout out to the 2020 draft class. Both these guys from the Big 12, excuse me. Benedict Mathurin, Jarris Walker, and Miles Turner. They have a bench of Nick Smith Jr. Yep. So Obi Toppin versus his old team, Nick Smith versus his old team. And here we go, a 3 seed versus a 4 seed. Game 1 goes to Indiana. We lost by 4. It's really going to be tough to, I think, beat them without LaMelo Ball. We do win game 2, though, by 18. Shout out T-John, shout out Jordan Hawkins, and obviously shout out Brandon Miller. Game number 3 is going to go to the Charlotte Hornets. We end up winning 128-113. Brandon Miller putting the team on his back. He didn't shoot great from 3, but that is a win. We do lose game 4, though. We blow it in the fourth quarter. Not really, actually. We were going to lose this game. So a major game 5. Can we win on the road? This is tough. If we go down 3-2, I'll be a little bit nervous for game number 6. Clearly, it's going to be win or go home. It's not looking good for us unless we have a fourth quarter comeback here. Can we get one? Oh my God, we're down by 4. Oh my goodness, Brandon Miller is going nuclear. Can we come back is the question. 118, 114, just under 3 minutes to go. We're on the road. Like I said, I need Brandon Miller to step up even more, though. Nick Smith Jr. probably wants to win against his former team. I'm nervous. I'm really nervous here. We'll see, like, Homer Harper, what he could do. Halliburton to Turner inside. Not good. All right, Brandon Miller for 3. We need that so badly, and he misses it. Brutal. Desmond Bane's going to pull from 30. He's hurt, and he hits it, and that might be the dagger. This sucks. 123-114. I mean, we need 3s. We're down by 9 with 2 minutes to go. Homer Harper could get a good look, but he decides not to shoot it. He's going to drive, kick it out. Not to Mark Williams. Obi Toppin. Okay, Homer Harper for 3. We need this so badly. He misses that. Mark Williams could not get the rebound. And that's probably going to do it. We ended up losing 129-120. That's unfortunate. All right, game number 6. I mean, is there a LaMelo Ball update? He's still out for 1 to 2 weeks. Yeah, he's not coming back this series. Let's see what we got here. At home, can we force a game number 7? First quarter could be worse for sure. Come on, let's have a strong second. Could be worse right now. We're only down by 5. We're in this game. Can we have a strong fourth quarter? Please come back. We ended up losing by 16. All right, I think that series is different if LaMelo Ball does not get hurt. And I think the Pacers get a little bit of a Mickey Mouse Conference Finals win. And they lose to the Thunder in 6. Shea is your Finals MVP. So I don't want to make any, like, nearsighted moves. Like, I think we were going to be fine. But unfortunately, LaMelo got hurt. And I think we have good backup guards for that. Like, Homer Harper, I mean, I'm asking a lot from him in year number 2. I think Trey Mann is great for this team. Like, we can withstand a LaMelo Ball injury. Because year 3, Homer Harper is going to be even better for this team going forward. And look at that. That Clippers pick from the Miles Bridges trade could be pretty good. In Sacramento as well. Oh, boy. That was from Nick Richards. Oh, my God. We actually maybe rewarded nicely here from those trades. We end up not getting that Kings pick. I don't remember if it was lottery protected or top 3 protected, but we don't get that one. We do get the Clippers pick at number 7, though. And then we do get our pick at 21, Dallas at 25, Miami at 16. We have the assets to make a move. All right, I don't think it can happen because he's very hard to trade for. But before I go after a lower tier option, I wonder if I could trade for Zion Williamson. Could I give you 7, 16, 4 first round picks basically, and Obi Toppin? I'd actually do, yeah, 5 first round picks and Obi Toppin for Zion, who's in his final year. They say no. That was expected. So I think I'm going to do a smaller tier move. I'm going to try to move Obi Toppin for Patrick Williams, who's in the final year of his deal, but he's a really good 3-point shooter. He can play the 3, he can play the 4. He's a good defender. And I wonder if I could do it for 21, 25 and Obi Toppin for Patrick Williams, and they are going to agree to that. So Corey Whitehead out of St. John's is the #1 overall pick. Okay, doesn't look like crazy good, but I'm sure he's going to be a good player over time. And they take back-to-back point guards to start off this draft. So I end up doubling up on centers here. With our 2 first-round picks remaining. We get Euros from Slovenia, and then we take a Christopher here from Nigeria. So we have good center depth, I think, like a lot of size right there. Because we could lose some of our guys going forward. So we're going to bring back Homer Harper. We're going to bring back Tijon Salon. Wally O'Neal, we are going to let walk. Nikola Jokic is a free agent. I'd love to sign him. We're obviously going to be paying Brandon Miller a ton of money this offseason. And honestly, for $6 million a year, yeah, we're going to bring back Vince Williams. So since we drafted 2 centers, we have Mark Williams. I'm going to renounce the rights on Marvin Bagley, and I'm going to renounce the rights on Mo Wagner. And Brandon Miller takes a deal from the Suns, 3 years, 105. We are going to be matching that. So we sign Brandon Miller and Vince Williams. So we're going to look to sign Cole Anthony here on a 1-year deal, who I think should be better than KJ Simpson, but if not, like, it's just providing more point guard depth in case LaMelo Ball gets hurt. So LaMelo Ball does not progress, I assume, because of the injury. Homer Harper, okay, he's looking pretty good. There's Brandon Miller, Mark Williams, Tijon Salon. Like, this is a very deep team, and I think we should be able to win a title, and I think we win it last year if LaMelo Ball does not get hurt. All right, so we're kind of at an interesting kind of spot here because I don't think Patrick Williams could be the backup center. So I think for now, we're going to not play Vince Williams. We're going to use Euros, or I'm sorry if I'm butchering it, Rose here. He's just going to get like 6 minutes tonight, but Patrick Williams could play a little bit of the 5 as well. This is what the lineup's going to look like with LaMelo, Harper, Miller, Salon, and Mark Williams. So we got a couple Williams on the team now. I think this team could win a title. Charles Lee's in the last year of his contract, but I think he's done a good job. First game of the season's on the road against San Antonio. All right, you know what? San Antonio is a good team, but the fact that we just got our butts kicked is a little alarming. It really is. And we blew out the Cavs. I don't know. That was a weird start to the year. But that's a bummer. Patrick Williams breaks his left leg. He's out 8 to 10 weeks. All right, so we're at the trade deadline. We're 33-18. We're currently the 2 seed in the Eastern Conference, but I feel like we could hit another gear. I really do. We don't even have the best point differential. That is Brooklyn. Now, Jalen Green, Colin Sexton, they have power. That's a very good team. It's a very good team in Brooklyn for sure. I feel like we could be better, and I don't know if that means I'm going to make a big move right now, but let's assess the situation. LaMelo Ball and Brandon Miller, they're my 1A, 1B. They're fine. Homer Harper, very good shooting guard for us. Good defender, good passer, rebounder, 3-point shooter. He's good. Jordan Hawkins, much needed on this team. He's been such an elite pickup for us. Tijon, he's getting better, and he's just 22 years old, but I don't think I'm going to move him. He's due a contract extension at the end of the year. I don't think I'd move Mark either. I think Patrick Williams, who's been, oh man, he's been good this year, though. I feel like I shouldn't move him. Now, do you move Trey Mann? He's making $12 million a year. Do I package him in Cole Anthony somewhere? Because I don't think Cole Anthony is going to play for us in the playoffs. And I think I should capitalize on that value contract right now. All right, so I'm going to make this trade with the Sacramento Kings. We're sending them Cole Anthony, and we're sending them Rose here, who I think is going to be good. He's 23 years old. We're going to get an upgrade at the backup center spot. I'm going to get Clint Capella, who, I don't know, that contract could get a little bit scary, but he's playing well for a 33-year-old. So I think he's going to be good as a backup center. We get Aaron Wiggins, who's on the minimum. Now, I don't know if I'm going to be able to resign him on the minimum if we don't win it all this year, but I think he can provide some depth for us if a wing gets hurt. So gonna make this trade with the Kings. I think we've done well trading with them in this video. And I think with KJ Simpson playing well and his limited playing time is giving me the confidence that we're gonna be okay and we don't really need Cole Anthony. So let's hope that this team can turn it up a notch in the second half and we could win a title here in 2028. Just looking to see if there's any extensions we could get done. Right now, it doesn't look like it. Well, that's just great. Clint Capella dislocates his left patella, and he's out for the year. I mean, he's not going to play a ton of minutes, but that means now we're down. And Mark Williams, yeah, he's dealing with an injury right now, but Ike Christopher going to be the backup. So Wemby ends up winning MVP this year. Mark James is your rookie of the year. He was the 12th overall pick out of the G League Ignite. It's funny that that disbanded and 2K did not take that out of their, I guess, system, which I feel like would be easy to do. Shout out to Charles Lee getting Coach of the Year. We don't get anybody on All-NBA first team. Whoa, there's Felipe Cruz in year 2 on All-NBA second team with LaMelo Ball. Yeah, Cruz versus Chucky Miller. Chucky's at 94. I missed out on him. I know like Homer Harper is great, but I missed out on him by 1 pick. It's literally Anthony Davis, Michael Kidd-Gilchrist all over again. What are you gonna do, man? What are you gonna do? So we didn't get anybody on an all defensive team, which is fine. We finished the season as the 1 seed in the East. We're taking on the Knicks in round number 1. They no longer have Cat. They have DeAndre Ayton. So they go from 1 first overall pick to another. All right, so we're gonna have to make, I think, some tough decisions for the playoffs. I don't think KJ Simpson's in the rotation. I need to have some type of big man help here. So Christopher's gonna get like 8 minutes a night. We're going to go Hawkins, Trey Mann, and Patrick Williams as like the main 3 guys off the bench. We're going to go 30 to Mark Will. We're going to go 37 to Brandon Miller, 38 to LaMelo Ball, 34 to Homer Harper. Do not lose to the Knicks in round number 1, please. We win game 1 in the Taj Gibson Bowl. There we go. Game number 2 goes to the Hornets. 32 points for Brandon Miller. He has shown up. He is a playoff riser, man. We win game 3. This ain't really a good Knicks team at this point, and we end up sweeping them. It's really hard to make your team better at a cost-effective rate when your main guys are making so much money, but you don't have any draft picks, and that's what the Knicks are at right now. So LaMelo Ball got it done in round number 1. We're taking on Indy in round number 2, a chance for revenge. And it's a good Indy team. It really is. Did they, like, max out Nick Smith Jr. now that he's spent a couple years there, or is he on the qualifying offer? Yeah, the latter. So game number 1, we end up winning. There we go. Good start. Now we have LaMelo Ball, Indy. It's not going to be as easy. Brandon Miller gets hurt, and we lose game 2. Luckily, he could play through the injury, but that's not what we need. Game 3, Brandon Miller is back, fully fine. We win game 3. Jordan Hawkins showing up. Mark Williams with 20 rebounds. Game 4 goes to Indy. Damn, I thought we were going to pull away a little bit. Game number 5 is going to go to Charlotte. That is a massive win. Tijan Salon showing up. Game number 6 goes to Charlotte. In a defensive game, we win, and we advance to the conference finals for the 2nd year in a row. We got Mark Williams playing through an injury. You got each 1 seed versus each 2 seed here in the conference finals. This Nets team is really good. It is. We could definitely lose to them. We do win game 1, though, by 17. That's a great start here. I mean, they have Paolo Banchero and Jalen Green. We do win game 2, though. Great start. Do not take your foot off the gas. We do lose game 3 by 1 point. Oh my God, if they win game 4, I'm going to lose my mind. Game 4, Homer Harper has an injury. He's playing through it, but we're fine. Oh my God, we win this close one. Can we please go to the NBA Finals? Do not blow a 3-1 lead. Boom! These Charlotte Hornets are in the NBA Finals, and we're going to be taking on, let's see, the Minnesota Timberwolves. LaMelo versus Ant. 2 guys from the 2020 draft class. So far in the playoffs, LaMelo Ball has been our number 1. Brandon Miller, called him a playoff riser, and he's shooting 41% from the field and 32% from 3. I was wrong, and Homer Harper has been abysmal for us as well. So can we get them going? We're in the finals, and they haven't been playing well. We win game 1. Homer Harper is getting it going. That's what I'm talking about. I don't know what happened to Brandon Miller, but here we are, 3 games away, as we end up winning game number 2. We blow them out. We are 2 games away from winning the NBA Finals. Brandon Miller much better there. Game 3 goes to Charlotte. Boom! That's what I'm talking about. 34 points for LaMelo Ball, and can we sweep them? The Charlotte Hornets have won the 2028 NBA Finals, and LaMelo Ball is your Finals MVP. And this was a very fun team to build. The OG Hornets, LaMelo, Brandon Miller, Mark Williams, Tijan Salon, and Trey Mann, 5, and KJ Simpson. That is 6 OG Hornets that were on this Finals team. We added Patrick Williams along the way. We drafted Homer Harper, and we developed Tijan Salon. Yeah, we added Jordan Hawkins and Vince Williams, Aaron Wiggins. Unfortunately, we had Click Abella, and we still won it all. And that is going to be for me. I hope you guys did enjoy. A lot of you asked me, like, where do I get this NBA scoreboard? It's called Tidbit, Tidbyt. Some people say it's sold out. I got it as a gift from a friend a couple years ago, and it is really cool. But all you guys asked me, that's what it's called. And thank you all for watching this video. If you guys did enjoy, I would really appreciate you dropping a thumbs up. If you're not subscribed, hope you can hit that button. Let me know in the comments which team we should rebuild next. We are so close to the start of the NBA season, and I am so excited. I love you guys, and I'll catch y'all on the next one. Peace.